get to share with you or introduce our Snapshot this morning. And here she is, Abby Darko. And I just had the opportunity to get to know her over the last 4 years. It's crazy that you are a senior and graduating. But one word that I use to describe Abby a lot is steady. And I feel like maybe that's not like the most glamorous word to be told, hey, you're steady. But I think that just exudes her trust in God and just putting her life in His hands. And because of that, she just lives this steady, calm, peaceful life. And I think she's one that a lot of people go to just receive that calm and peace when maybe they're not getting that on their own. And so I'm excited to hear what she has to share with you guys this morning, and I'll let you go.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Wow, really loud, sorry. My name is Abby. I lead core sports here at NLCF. I've been a part of NLCF since my freshman year, and I'm a senior. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how the Lord met me in prayer this past calendar year, as I'm looking from March to March. This summer, I honestly questioned if the Lord was real. And to be honest, I couldn't feel Him anywhere. I would still pray. I would do the act, close my hands, close my eyes, and I would say all the words. But there was no faith because I was upset, I was sad, I was tired, and I was lonely. There were several times where I couldn't even articulate what I was feeling. I was anxious, and I couldn't even told you how much I've laughed or genuinely smiled in the past year. There was a lot happening in my life, and for those around me, a lot of grief. I felt like every week over the summer, somebody had died, and there was a lot of unwanted surprises every single week. Then on the national scale, with dealing with protests and the everyday news cycle, racism, and the increased microaggressions that I face more than every day. It was like, okay, you deal with this in your own life, but now let's watch it on TV and have people ask you questions about it, and that was just too much for me. Then on the international scale, with the global pandemic, my family living all around the world and not having adequate access to medical care. So my faith wavered more than it had ever before. I was upset at the Lord, and I couldn't understand how He had abandoned me and the people nearest to me. And I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that some people had been praying for the same thing for years, and still there was no response, and there was no answer. And it came around to August. I was coming back to tech, and I was feeling more anxious than I'd ever felt in my entire life. And I had cried more that week, that year, or that whole entire summer, than I'd cried in my entire life. I don't remember crying that much. And if you know me, you know that I like to do things that bring me joy. And one thing I do for joy is run. And I would try to run every day, get to the top of my neighborhood, and then turn around because I was too anxious to even do that. And I remember praying and asking the Lord, show me that you're real. Show me that there's someone that you're out there and I can't see you. And still, nothing. A week later, I was coming back to tech, and I remember watching this TV show. And this pastor was saying, have faith, the same God that carried you through yesterday and in the past will carry you through now and forever. And it was like the Lord had answered one of my prayers, and I was so excited. But then there I was again, a day later, asking Him, how can the people around me and the people in my community get through this? At that time, there was no hope for me. I questioned how the Lord could be the same God I serve alongside people who claim to love all God's people and hate those who look like me. I couldn't wrap my head around it, and even to today, I still can't. I realized I had put my hope in the world, and I had not truly trusted the Lord like I thought I did. I wrestled with that this summer, and I've been working, and I'm still working and fully trusting the Lord with me and all of me. And truly, I was upset with the Lord that He didn't answer my prayer when I felt like I needed them to be answered. But He still answered them after the fact. Even when I had stopped praying for that specific prayer, He reminded me that He hears my prayers and remembers them even when I've seemed to have forgotten them. Some days, still now, I still feel no hope, and I'm consumed by the troubles of the world. But if I've learned anything in the past 4 years, there is power in prayer. Your individual prayer, your community prayer, the ones that you pray with your friends, the ones that you probably don't even speak out loud. There is so much power in that prayer. That even when it feels like you're praying into the abyss and have no faith behind it, the Lord still hears them. And that's what I hold on to. My name is Abby, and that's my Snapshot.